Eric, Yang, Ben, and Granny here to assist you with any questions throughout the auction process. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the vendors for entrusting us with the sale of this beautiful home behind us. To the neighbours in the crowd, thank you for turning out here today, and all the bidders in the crowd, I wish you all the best in the bidding procedure here today, and to that one lucky buyer, we congratulate you in advance on your astute purchase. This auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that are made available before the commencement of the auction. As the auctioneer, I'll be indicating bidders upon request and have the right to place bids on behalf of the sellers, otherwise known as vendor bids. If and when I decide to place those bids, I'll simply say vendor bid. This auction prohibits false bids, prohibits malicious disruptions by bidders attempting to prevent us from bidding, and provides fines for misconduct. And last but not least, when this paperwork hits my hand and this property is deemed sold, I'll absolutely take no late bids and offers beyond that point. If you're successful here today, all that will require from you is a little 10% deposit of the full purchase price. And the settlement time, you pick the time frame that suits you best. For the sellers, have been quite flexible here today, anywhere within the vicinity of 30 through to 60 days, unless prior arrangements have been made with you beforehand. In an instance where you're bidding against vendor bids, you have two options. Do not bid against the highest vendor bid, which means that you decrease your chances of being successful here today, as we'll get to negotiate with multiple parties afterwards, as you can see here today. On the positive flip side, however, is that if you do bid against the highest vendor bid, you earn yourself that exclusive right to negotiate with the sellers, and statistically speaking, you'll increase your chances of being successful here today. Behind us, ladies and gentlemen, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, tandem garage as well, and plenty of off-street parking, beautifully newly renovated, and as you move past the picket fence, gorgeous gardens and the front porch and floorboards throughout the whole house. At the front of the house, you have the large lounge with a fireplace and bay window, renovated kitchen featuring stainless steel Bosch appliances, cooker and dishwasher as well, and the servery window to the family zone. Close to Killara Reserve, Springfield Park, Castles Park, Currendale Primary School, Bushy Creek Reserve. You're also close to Coonung, Secondary and Blackburn High as well. Trawl Fish and Chip Store, T17 Pizza, and close to all the buses as well. Box Hill North Primary, Eastern Freeway access, and close to both Box Hill Central and Westfield Doncaster, and Epworth Box Hill Hospital also down the road. So very convenient location. Live in this location, ladies and gentlemen, you'll never need to drive a car again, because as I said, public transport, very, very convenient. So I'll kick it over to you now. Ball's in your court. Who would like to get this auction started with an opening bid, opening offer for 18 Harrison Street in Box Hill North? Any bid or offer, ladies and gentlemen, you tell me what's fair market value. Any bid or offer at all. $1 million. Welcome to the bidding here, sir, at $1 million, and I wish you all the best in the auction procedure here today. At $1 million down the heart of the auction here, at $1 million standing next to Jim here, at $1 million, and looking for increments now, ladies and gentlemen. 1.1, thank you, sir. $1,100,000, good bidding here. A $100,000 increment on my left-hand side here. And back against you, sir. You can do the same as well. At $1,100,000 here on my left-hand side, holding the bid at $1,100,000. At $1,100,000 now. 1.2, thank you, sir. And back in front at $1.2 million. And back against you, sir. 1.25, $1,250,000, $50,000 increment from the gentleman here at $1,250,000, flexing the auction muscles here. At $1,250,000, 1.3, bang, at $1,300,000 on my right here, at $1,300,000 and back against you, sir. Let's get back in front here at 1.32, thank you, sir. You heard the gentleman here on my left at $1,320,000 with a $20,000 increment on my left, and back against you, sir. You can try 20 or more at $1,320,000 now on my left. At $1,320,000 now on my left-hand side, holding the bid. $130,000 increment and back against you, sir. You can try 20 or 30 or try 50 if you want. At $1,350,000 now on my right-hand side. At $1,350,000 now. At $1,350,000 now, holding the bid, holding the keys to 18 Harrison Street in Box Hill North, ladies and gentlemen. Look at how many people here in the crowd just before Easter holidays. You know, it's a very sought-after property and pocket of Box Hill. Jim's going in to seek instructions that you'll know very, very soon. And if you bid, sir, you'll find out very soon as well. At $1,350,000 now, at $1,350,000 on the market and selling. You heard it from the gentleman here. Sir, can I see a bid from you now? We're on the market and selling, playing for keeps at $1,350,000. At $1,350,000, love to see you bid here today, sir. at $1,350,000. The property will be sold here today. Gentleman here holding the bid, holding the keys, could be the new purchaser of 18 Harrison Street in Buxton North. If there's no further bidding from the crowd here today, at $1,350,000, sir. In or you out now? Got to let me know now. At $1,350,000. Curious to know if on the market now. We're on the market and selling at $1,350,000. Take any bid or offer, sir. At $1,350,000 now. 20, 10, tempt you in at $1,350,000 now, sir. What do you say? At $1,350,000 now. Still great value here in the heart of Box Hill North. 632 square metres of land, ladies and gentlemen, at $1,350,000. Going to call it 3 times now. First call now at $1,350,000. Second call now. 1.355. You heard the gentleman in the back here. $5,000 increment here, and back in front. New interest only means one thing, ladies and gentlemen. We're still in a great value buying zone. 1.37, 15 on top of that, sir, at 137. At $1,370,000 now, back against you, sir. Only heard a bid from you today. Love to see you bid a little bit more today at $1,370,000. Am I right? At $1,370,000 now. On my right hand side, on the market and selling. 272 now. 1,372 at $1,375,000. 3,000 on top of that at 1,375. At $1,375,000 now on my right hand side. Eric, what do you say? At 1.375. At $1,375,000 now. Someone throwing a knockout offer of 1.4 and secured a property of your dreams here today. 176 at $1,376,000. The $1,000 increments have come out now, ladies and gentlemen, so you know everyone's stretching their limits. At $1,376,000. 80 back in front now. 84,000 on top of that, sir. What do you say? You can try 4 as well. Sorry.
It's really 80.
1,380, yeah, 1,380. I can't sell the property to 2 people now, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have to bid higher. At $1,380,000 now on my right hand side. Let's go 90, ma'am. I'll go straight to 1.4. At $1,380,000 now, holding the bid. At 1,380 now, ladies and gentlemen. 1,000 the minimum. 282. 1,382 now. Back in front, standing next to Eric at 1,382. 85 now, back in front, 1,385. 3,000 on top of that, 1,385. At 1,385 now. My suggestion would be to throw in a knockout offer, scare off the competition here today at $1,385,000 now to $2,000. Increments don't seem to be working, sir. At $1,385,000. At $1,385,000 now, let's go 90. At 1,385. At 1,386. At $1,386,000. 390. New interest here on my right, 1.39. At $1,390,000 now. At 1,390, standing next to Linda here at 1,390. At 1.4. 1.4 bang. At $1,400,000 now. That's how you purchase prime real estate in Box Hill North. At $1,400,000. Another 1,405. At $1,405,000 now on my right. 410. 10 back in front now. Another 5 now, say sir. At 1,410 now. At $1,410,000 now on my left. Another 515 now at 1,415. At $1,415,000 now. 20 to get you back. Sorry, 20 back in front now. 25 now, say sir. At $1,420,000 here on my left. At $1,420,000 now on my left hand side. 25 to get you back in front, or try 30 to knock out your competition. At $1,420,000 now on my left. At 1,420. At $1,420,000 now on my left hand side now. Eric, anything in the back? At $1,420,000 now. Going to call it 3 times now, ladies and gentlemen. At $1,420,000 now. First call now, 1,420. Second call now at $1,420,000 for the third and final call. Sorry, another 2 here, 1,422 at $1,422,000 now. Staying next to Eric at $1,422,000, ladies and gentlemen. What do you say? 25 now, back in front, 1,425. At $1,425,000 now, back in front here at 1,425. At $1,425,000, sir. At $1,425,000. Anything in the back, Ben? Haven't heard anything from you today. 2,000, 1,427. New interest here on my left. At $1,427,000 now. At 1,427. 28. $1,000 increment. 2,000, 1,430 now. At another 1,430, 1,432. 1,432. At $1,432. At 1,432 now. You want to go 34, Ben?
I'm holding the bid.
Yeah, you're holding the bid. You're holding the bid 1,434 at $1,434,000. For buyers bidding on top of their own bid to scare off the competition here at $1,434,000 now on my left hand side at $1,434,000. At $1,434,000 now at 1,434. 40 now back in front. 42. 42. 42 holding the bid from Ben here on the left at 1,442. At $1,442,000 now back against you, Jim. Let's go 1,450 at 1,442. At $1,442,000 now at 1,442. At $1,442,000, sir. Haven't heard anything from you in a while as well. At 1,442. 45. 45 back against you. Can I see another $2,000 bid? 2,000. 1,447. At $1,447,000 now. 1,447. Let's try 50. 50, 52, straight back at you at 1,452. At $1,452,000 now, 1,452 now. At $1,452,000, shaking of the head. At 1,452. At $1,452,000, can I tempt you back in with another $2,000 increment. At $1,452,000 now. $2,000 is all that separates you from the competition here today. Another $2,000 increment is only $4,000 on top of your previous bid here today at 1,452. At 1,452. 54. 155 then. 1,455 at $1,455,000 now on my left at 1,455. Or you can go straight to 1.5 then. What do you say? At $1,455,000 now and knock out the competition and secure the property of your dreams. At $1,455,000 now at 1,455. At $1,456,000, 58, 58. Eric, anything in the back? At 1,458. At $1,458,000, let's go 60. My recommendation would be go straight to 1.5 at $1,456, I think it is. 1,458. It's good that someone's paying attention. At $1,458,000 now. 1,458, holding the bid, standing next to Ben here at 1,458. Eric, anything in the back here at 1,458? 159, 61, at 1,461. Testing my mathematics here today at 1,461. At $1,461,000, holding the bid here. 1,461. At $1,461,000 now. Eric, can I see another one? Ones don't seem to be working though. Two. 64, 65, 65 back against you, Eric, 65, what do you say? At $1,465,000, let's go 70 now, at 1,465. At $1,465,000, getting you a nice tan here today, at 1,465. At $1,465,000 now, holding the bid here on the left, at $1,465,000. 1,466, bidding against themselves again at 1,466. At $1,466,000. Sorry?
I did one first.
Oh, you did one. Okay, sorry.
63. 67.
67. I think it's 68. 66, 68. 68. Holding the bid now. 1,468 then. At $1,468,000. Haven't heard anything from the left-hand side of your game. Any bids on my left? Love to see you participate in this auction as well. At 1,468. At $1,468,000 now. Linda, what do you say? At $1,468,000 now. How about you, Bob? Haven't heard anything from you since the beginning. At $1,468 now. At $1,468,000 now, Jim, what do you say? At $1,468,000. 69? 71? 71? 71. Eric, what do you say? You're going to get your bids out quick and out. Bid with strength, bid with confidence, scare up your competition here today. At $1,471,000 here on the left. At 1,471 now. 1,471. Let's try 1.5. At 1,471. At $1,471,000. I'll go straight to 75. At $1,471,000, holding the bid here on the left. At $1,471,000 now. Another $1,000 increment, ma'am. Can I see that at 1,475, 1,471 now? 1,471 here on the left. Eric, what do you say? At 1,471, 1, 72, 74. 74, straight back at you, Eric, 1,474. At $1,474,000 now. Everyone is stretching the limits, bidding on 1,000, 75, 1,000 or 2? Two?
Two win?
Yeah, let's just try two. 75 here, 77.
You can't give two, you got it to dog?
I'm going to make sure all the buys are all done and dusted. 77, 1477 at $1,477,000 now. We were selling your property, doing the same thing too. At $1,477,000 now. On my left, 1477. Let's try 80 to get you back in front. Eric, what do you say? At $1,477,000 now on my left. At 1477 now. 1478. 1478, then what do you say? 1478. Two? Or 20? Let's try 22. So let's just go 2 million. How about that? At 1,400,000.
Oh, is that your bid?
Can't sell it to myself, unfortunately. I would love to buy this property at $1,478,000 here. 1478.
1448.
148, 1480 now. Back against you, Eric. 1480 at $1,480,000 now. 1480 on my left. At $1,480,000. At 1480 now. 1480. No late bids, no late offers, ladies and gentlemen. Once the property has been knocked down, it will be being sold, and you'll be back onto the marketplace, competing with more buyers, as you can see how many there are here today. At $1,480,000 now on the left-hand side. At 1480 now. At $1,480,000 now. First call now, 1480. Second call now at $1,480,000 for the third and final call. 81. 81. 182. 82 now, as you can see. You're going down to $1,000 increments as well, which means they're stretching the limits. It's either you or them now, two-man horse race. Two of you left in it at the moment at $1,482,000 now. They're in first place. Second place doesn't mean much in auction circumstances at $1,482,000 now. One of you will be walking away with the keys. The rest of you will be walking away with the brochures here today at $1,482,000 now, holding the bid. At 1,482 now. At 1,482 now. Eric needs to know now. Hear you out now. At 1,482. At $1,482,000 now. First score now, 1,482.
85.
85. 85. What do you say, Ben? Let's go 90. 85. Yeah. 5,090. 1,490. At 1,490, let's try 1.5. As I said from the beginning, at 1,490 now on my left. At $1,490,000, let's try another 5, sir. At $1,490,000 now on my left-hand side. At 1,490 now. At $1,490,000 now, ladies and gentlemen. At 1,490. Up against you, Eric. In and out now. Let me know now. At 1,490. Late stages of the auction here. At 1,490 on my left. At $1,490,000. First call now, 1,490. Second call now at $1,490,000 for the third and final call now at $1,490,000. All done, all finished and signed here at $1,490,000. In and out now. Let me know now, sir. You ready to miss out on this prime opportunity here today at 18 Harrison Street in Buxton North at $1,490,000 now. One to get you back in front and keep you alive in this auction here today at $1,490,000 now. At $1,490,000. At $1,490,000 now, holding the bid now. At $1,490,000. So it needs to go now. $1,490,000 now. At $1,490,000. All out. Thank you for your participation. Hopefully we'll find another property, but it won't be 18 Harrison Street in Buxton North at $1,490,000 now. Get ready to celebrate. It looks like you have it in the boxing. Get ready to miss out now on the bidders at $1,490,000. Going to call it a final 3 more times now, ladies and gentlemen, at $1,490,000. First call now at $1,490,000. Second call now at $1,490,000. The third and final call now at $1,490,000. On behalf of the team at Buxton Real Estate, Jim and I have been the selling agents for this property, and we look forward to talking to you after the auction. We're at $1,490,000. This property is $1,491 at $1,491,000 in the nick of time here. We're saving the auction. Let's just go 1.5 at $1,491 on my right. At at $1,491,000 now on the right hand side. Another. As we go up at minimums 1,000, sir, at $1,491,000. Let's try 92. We're going to get there anyway. At $1,491,000 now on the right hand side.
300.
Let's try one. We're going to get there anyway. 1,491 at 1,400,000. Take 8,000 at 1,491 at $1,491,000. 1,492 at 1,492. What a great number that is. 1,492 at 1,492.
1,000 back.
Okay, no worries. 1,492. You heard it from the gentleman here on my left-hand side. So you probably have to go in stronger than a $1,000 increment if you want to secure the property of your dreams here today. And you don't have to go to any more open for inspections at $1,492,000. And usually after Easter, winter comes in. Not many properties on the marketplace, ladies and gentlemen, at $1,492,000 now on my left-hand side. Need to know now on my right here. What do you say at $1,492,000 now? At 1,492, going to call 3 times here, so I'm sure, and you're sure here today as well. You told me you were out before, and then you gave me an extra $1,000 increment. I'm not sure if I can believe you anymore. At $1,492,000 now. At 1,492, Jim can chuck you a loan if you want. At $1,492,000 now. First call now, 1,492. Second call now at $1,492,000 for the third and final call at $1,492,000. Sorry. Minimum bid of 1,000. So 1,194, 93. It's the same courtesy, but 94 straight back at you. Let's try 1.5, sir. At 1,494. At $1,494,000 here on my left. At $1,494,000 now. Let's try 1.5 at 1,494. At $1,494,000.
1,000.
Sorry.
Go.
What? 5?
95.
95, 96. 96 back against you, sir. 1,496. At $1,496. Are you sure, sir? At 1,496, you've held back all this time. Love to see you buy the property at $1,496,000. The gentleman is on the phone here seeking instructions, which indicates to me that a bid could be forthcoming here at $1,496,000. And the bid's back against you, sir. $1,000 to get you back in front. A $1,000 increment here today, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going.
At 1,496. At 1,496, it's either you or them. I don't mind who I sell it to. At $1,496,000 now. At 1,496. At 1,097, 98. 98 back against you, sir. 1,498. At $1,498,000 now. 1,498 and back against you. Let's try 1.5. At 1,498 now. At 1,498, holding the bid. 1,498. 1.5 sounds a lot better. At $1,498,000 here on my left. At $1,498,000, sir, what do you say? At 1,498. At 1,498 now, holding the bid. $1,000 to get you back in front. Take out a fixed interest mortgage with a $1,000 increment. It's only $30 a week extra, or $30 a year extra. At $1,498,000 now on my left-hand side. 1.5 to get you back in front, sir. At 1,498 now. At $1,498,000 now, sir. Need to know now. At 1,498. At $1,498,000 now. 1.5 now, 1.5, we got there in the end. At $1,500,000 on my right hand side. All out, thank you ma'am, at $1.5 million. At 1.5, Jim, anything in the back here? At $1.5 million. Hate to see you miss out now, you've been with me since the beginning. At $1,500,000, you know everyone is stretching the limits. Another $1,000 or $2,000 increment to secure the property of your dreams. At $1,500,000 now on my right hand side. Are you sure? 1,000, 1,501. 1,501 now, or 1,501 and back against you, sir. At $1,501,000. At 1,501 now on my left. If I was selling any of your properties here today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll make sure all the buys are all done and dusted. Just going to make sure everyone has left the best on the table here today at 1,501, and you can go off today with no regrets, ladies and gentlemen, that you didn't purchase 18 Harrison Street in Box Hill North at $1,501,000 now on my left. At 1,501, sir, what do you say? Need to know now, need some instructions at 1,501. at $1,501,000 now on my left hand side. 2,000, 1,503, 1,503 back against you, Ben. What do you say? At 1,503. I'd love to hear you say 2,000 again if you want. At 1,503. At $1,503,000 now on my right. At 1,503. At 1,503 now. 1,503. At $1,503,000 now, holding the bid. Another one, sir. Maybe another two. Are you sure? You want to go back onto the marketplace? After Easter, there's not many properties coming up online, open for inspections. During winter, there's not many properties for sale. You're going to have to wait until spring if you want to buy a property. A property like this has been tightly held for many years with this family at $1,503,000 now on my right hand side. Going to call it 3 times now, ladies and gentlemen. First call now, 1,503. Second call now at $1,503,000 for the third and final call now at $1,503,000. 1,503. Don't want it? Sure? Okay. How about another one? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully we can find you another property at 1,503 now on my right hand side at $1,503,000. First call now at $1,503,000. Second call now at 1,503 for the third and final call now at $1,503,000. On behalf of the team at Buxton Real Estate, Jim and I have been the selling agents for this property, and we look forward to talking to you after the auction. By $1,503,000, this property is selling. This property is selling. This property is sold. Congratulations. Commiserations to our underbidders. Congratulations to our vendors. Thank you for attending another Buxton auction.